T13 archers 0.0% tough, then 88% of T-boss. My attacking troops are siege and cavalry mainly, so I will focus on them. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Buster 210 from Kingdom 195, and today we will be discussing about the new hero. As recently I got a comment in my previous videos that please tell us about the formation, and some of the comments were about how to put the skill points. Even I discussed about it in the video, but many of them don't understand what I mean. So finally I got cards to unlock this hero. So as we can see, we have 3080 cards and we need 3000 to unlock it, so I can recruit this hero. And now I will put the points and what is the better improvement this hero is giving in comparison to previous heroes. So if you're loving the content, then like the video, subscribe to the channel and share the videos with your alliance mates and your friends. So let's start. So I will tap the recruit and woohoo, so I unlock the hero. Now let's try to make it level 50, I guess. So it's 44, 47, and I guess it will take all of the experience. Let's see if we can set the points for all the things. So first of all, we will tap here. We are getting 50 of the cavalry attack. After that, out of health and defense, I will choose health, of course. Then followed by this cavalry charge attack against archers. Then 50% of cavalry attack. Then out of infantry, archer and siege, I will choose siege because my attacking troops are siege and cavalry mainly, so I will focus on them. So after attack we will choose siege engine defense, then 50% of 100% of cavalry attack, then followed by health out of health and defense obviously, then basic attack of 5, then out of infantry, archer and siege, I will choose siege. Then this skills, this helps cavalry hit archer troops and increases the dodge by 10%. So this is it. After that, out of cavalry damage, archer crit rate and cavalry receive damage. I think we need to check things, so I will go for cavalry damage. So out of these three I will choose cavalry damage, followed by counter cavalries, then cavalry defense, and out of counter cavalry and cavalry damage I will go for cavalry damage. But let's see what is needed. Then countered by cavalry, then followed by cavalry attack or damage against archers. So I will choose cavalry attack. So 150 cavalry attack in front of 10% damage by cavalry against archer. So I will choose 150 cavalry attack because it is useful for all troop types. But the second one is only useful against archers. Then cavalry HP 50%. Then here it is cavalry receive damage by infantry and counter cavalry. And here cavalry damage by cavalry, increased damage by cavalry against archer and cavalry damage. So we can do all here, and then we still are left with 13 points. So let's see if anything is needed above, else we will go for counter cavalries and cavalry receive damage. So that was for level 48, and let's see if we can make it 49. I don't think so. No, I think no. So it will be 48. Now let's compare the stats. So let me switch to my offense hero, offense mode, everything. Yeah, now I will do one attack here without any skills. Let me show everyone that yes, no skills are used, nothing, raw stats, and no stats buff, nothing. So these are my stats without anything. So I will do attack, and let's try here. So this is Zhao Yun, my main hero, with my main offensive set at level 51, and let's attack. So it was a failure. Let's see the stats. So the stats are 1730 cavalry attack, 75 health, 78 damage, 49 cavalry received damage, 38 basic attack, and 252 offensive damage with 192 offensive damage reduction. Now let's attack the same person with new hero and same equipments. Let's see if that helps, how much stats are increased by that. So I'm putting the equipments. So here are these, and one more attack on same guy with the new hero, and I'm again a failure. But let's see the stats. So I can see cavalry is increased highly, I mean a lot, but infantry and all others are compromised. So let me compare. So let's start with the infantry. So infantry attack 1416, and here 1446. Then defense 1365, it was earlier, and now it is 1365, so same. But infantry health is 1601, and earlier it was 639. So nearly I lost 40% of infantry health. Then damage by infantry is 71, so I think everything else is same. Now cavalry stats, these are impressive stats. I think that's a very big jump. So cavalry attack is 2014, and earlier it was 1731, so nearly 300% of increase in cavalry attack. Then 1448 of defense and 786 of health, and here 1511, so 60% of cavalry defense is increased, and health 921 from 785, so 786, and that is very big increase. So nearly 110% at least of increase. Then cavalry damage is 79 earlier, and basic attack 39, but now it is 106. Cavalry received damage 51, basic attack 43. So here the cavalry stats is increased massively. Then let's see siege engines. So siege engines 1320, 1317, and 592, and earlier it was 1270, 1267, and 592. So specifically attack and defense of siege engines is increased. Health is same. Now rest all things will be same, so doesn't matter. And then offensive damage 252 and offensive damage reduction 192, and now it is 249 and 192, so 3% of offensive damage is lost. Now there are some consequences why we lost some things, because so my Zhao Yun is comparatively much worked, like it is 3-star first of all. Then it is having a magic pet followed by amulet, and then also in the attributes section we can see that all three are maxed. So it is giving me 3% offensive damage, which was reduced. Then 8% of cavalry health and 8% of infantry health is also from here, and it is maxed for the 3 stats from the attribute section. So this was it. And then in the skills, even I have increased first 2 to level 3, we can see. So it was giving me 3% cavalry HP and 1% cavalry damage with 1% plus 1 of cavalry basic attack. So the Zhao Yun was much good in this. But let's change other thing also, like the magic pet, then amulet also, and rest we can't change. So I will put it here. So amulet is here, but so awaken section is not open for this hero, so we can only put amulet. And let's unlock this. So nothing good stats here for offensive stats. So that's it. Now let's try again, and I think we will get some increase. So let's try this. So that's a victory, and let's see the report for the stats. So here is it. So cavalry health is increased a bit from earlier and other things, I guess. So now I will prefer this hero in place of Zhao Yun because that is better for cavalries, and I will try to upgrade it as much as possible. So that was my setup for the cavalry hero, and now let's talk about troop formation which I use. So the formation which I normally use for rift, normal attacks, solo attacks, and any event in which I need to go solo is this one, and this is done according to percentage. I don't know why it is 97%, but it's okay. So that's the formation I use, and the formation which you will be using is depending upon the enhancements, researches of particular troop types, and according to this, let's see what the formation I am using while offense or any solo battle in which my stats, my troops, my research is important. So I put nearly 55% of these two, T14 infantry and cavalries, then 0.2% of T14 archers, then nearly 2% of T14 siege, then 2% of T14 dark knight troops, dark troops, then 0.1% of T14 dark archers, then 0.07% of siege. These are reduced, I don't know how they are killed, but they were nearly 1 to 1.5% in my formation. I think that's why the formation is reduced. Then 0.2% of paladins, nearly 9% of griffins, and 0.02% of delphirs, then 3% of T13 siege, 0.02% of T13 siege elephant ones. Then razor troops are important in the formation because they enhances the attack and defense of the troop type. So 1% of these, 1% of these, then 10% of each of these griffins, followed by T13 archers, 0.02% tough, then 88% of T13 siege, then 2% of savage warlords, 1% of these, then 0.02% of T12 archers, 0.02% of siege, then 1% nearly of razor troops, and 5% of defend T12 infantry, then 1% of razor troops of T12 cavalries, 1% of defense, and 0.2% of archers razor, 0.2% of archer defense, then 1% of razor and defense of T12 siege, then bunch of these, nearly 2% of T11 infantry and cavalry, and 1% of T11 siege, and 0.1% of archers. Then again the permanent troops, razor and defend, nearly 3%, and 1% of each, then 3%, and again rest is according to you how much you have worked under T11, so you can put it out. So that's the formation I use, and so I showed you how I put the points on my new hero, how I unlocked it, how I set up my heroes, how I set up my formations. If you like the new format of making videos, informative, talking everything near about according to your comments in the previous videos, then give a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the videos with your alliance mates so that we can tell everyone how to use things and how to increase stats, how to get to know about more about the games. That's it for today. Thank you everyone.